Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Today we have another special, great guest, another local person in the area. Today I'm brought to you by my co-host Carlos Mojica. He got a little video on.
Oh no, it's pretty fire, honestly.
Effing perfect, because we're effing perfect over here at Opinionated Podcast. We get it done no matter what the cases are. We've had some a little hiccups. Sorry for not having a podcast in a while. Don't know when this was going to go out, but it'll go out eventually. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce someone that I hope to become a good friend.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Hey, what's up? My name is Rob Mata. I'm a photographer, social media manager, creative director in like the Austin area. So yeah.
Nice. Heck yeah.
I'm super excited to be here. It's like one of my favorite podcasts to like watch and listen to, honestly.
Good. We're glad to
You've
have you.
never done a podcast?
No, this is actually like my first one. This is like a big goal of mine, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what made you want to do a podcast? Like, why a podcast?
I don't know. I think I just really wanted to like share my story, and not just like share my story, but also just I have a lot of opinions. That's the name. Opinions and thoughts and stuff that just come to mind. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to say on a podcast. And also, just I like conversation.
That's also they're fun to do, just because like you could literally talk about whatever
you want,
and you like don't even know what's gonna pop up.
Yeah,
like, it's great.
And it's your opinion. Like you're not confined to like a script or anything like that. So
no, exactly. Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's super raw footage and not like raw footage like edited, but. Like it's very like raw material, and you really get to like know a person through a podcast almost.
Yeah, one of the actually this guy came in. That was probably one of the most down to earth, genuine podcasts that we've done.
That's
in my
awesome.
opinion.
Awesome.
That podcast was really good, and you can like, I don't know, you can kind of like feel his emotion in the podcast. At least to me, that's probably been my favorite one that we've done.
Yeah,
we did that like at the beginning of last year.
Oh, sick. Well, I have to check that one out.
Yeah,
it's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
Okay. We had some
technical difficulties.
Yeah,
you good.
I gotta find out how to. The file got corrupted.
Oh,
the audio file got corrupted.
Dang.
So I gotta figure out if we can get that back or not.
That's tough.
Because I know you can on like Windows. Apple. So
I get you.
We have to figure
Apple's
out.
good at things. Apple's also not good at things. So
yeah.
I mean,
anyways, on the topic of you, star guest. You've already told us a little bit about yourself. That was gonna be my first question. Basically, how long have you been doing what you're doing? The marketing manager, photography. Do you like work photography for someone? Or are you more of a freelancer?
So I'm more of like a freelancer. I've been in the like creative industry for like 5 years now, full time for 4. And so, yeah, I've been doing it for that long, and I've actually been like really enjoying it. What was the second part of the question?
You pretty much answered like both of them. I was like, do you work for anybody? Are you freelancer? And how long have you been doing it?
I have worked for someone before, and not as like, oh, I'm their photographer, but like more of like an agency. Is like, I worked for a company, and I was like the photographer essentially. But on an everyday basis, I'm more freelance now.
What do you like more?
Oh, that's tough.
I feel like there's pros and cons to both.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like
100%.
We'll get into that when we get into it. But on your Instagram, you have photos of Deshaun Watson that you took.
Yeah, saw that. It's live.
So I was like I'm assuming that's through the agency, not through freelancing.
That was through freelance.
Yeah.
Wow. You're goaded for that.
Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
We'll get into that. But there's pros and cons to both.
For sure. I think like being a part of like an agency or like working for someone is great because you get a consistent paycheck, and it might not be as much as like as you did freelance, saying like, oh, I made maybe like $12,000 this month. I did not make $12,000 this month. But it's like, oh, I made that much, and then also I'm not gonna go next month without having pay. And so it also like teaches you how to like budget your money better, which is something that I've tried to do exponentially from like 2 years ago. But yeah, I think like freelance is a little bit better because you also get to work with like different types of projects and people and industries and stuff like that. So
and you feel like you have more of a say on your work.
Oh, for
rather
sure.
Rather than like what they want you to do.
Oh, 100%. You have more say on your work, more say on your price, really everything.
Do you use your own camera or do you use like what?
Do you have like how? Yeah, I guess how many cameras do you have?
Well, no, like for when you did
Seriously,
when you did for working for the company, the agency, did you use your camera or use theirs?
I use my own.
Oh, okay,
gotcha.
Yeah, and I have 2 cameras right now.
Okay.
You have a drone?
I did have a drone. I had a drone for the longest time, and then I was like super broke, and so I sold it. But I also didn't use it for like 6 months because my friend was like traveling the world, and he's like, "Can I just like rent it out?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure, whatever." So I just like give it to him for a little bit.
They're dope.
But then he was like, "All right, I'm just gonna buy it," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll just take whatever." So
What did you use your drone? Like, what did you shoot with your drone when you did use it?
a lot of awesome projects. Like obviously 360 bridge, everyone's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Mount Bunnell, downtown a lot, and then I also took it to LA with me. So I got like Manhattan Beach and Venice Beach, as well as like Colorado and stuff. I know.
Yeah,
From
that's
you know,
dope. Yeah.
sounds slight, but yeah.
I like drones. Just one of the YouTubers who watch, his name is Hex. When he lived in Chicago, he would ride like what was that board called? Remember that board he would ride everywhere?
Yeah, he like I know what you're talking about.
The boosted board.
The boosted board, and then he
Something like
he had
that.
like some.
Oh, where you like press it? And you, like,
Yeah,
go?
he'll just go. He would ride that, and he couldn't use his camera, so he would have
Yeah.
his drone. He would like follow himself with his drone, get some dope ass shots, fly over a lake and everything.
That's
And like,
sick.
I like drones just because you can capture
No,
some
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
stuff
It's
with
like
them.
it's like you're flying. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I learned that I guess you can only fly 200 feet up.
You can, yeah, I think it's like 200 to like 300, but then you also have to get a license if you want to fly higher than that. But also, like, no one's gonna be like, dude, whose drone is that? Let's track it down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter like that.
They're dope. I definitely want one just to like
yeah, dude.
have one. They're dope.
I want to pick up another one because I've been trying to like just do that.
Yeah,
Like,
because
see
one of
everything.
our other friends, he just got one when he got his camera. So I got both those in, and I guess he's gonna start using both of those. But
Well, dude,
Yeah.
good luck to your friend. That's awesome.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
dope. Do you have any questions for us?
Go for it. Oh,
Yeah,
go.
I have 2 cameras.
Okay. What kind?
Canon EOS R, which I recently bought, which
Uh-huh.
is that one.
Nice.
And then a Canon 5D Mark IV, 5D Mark III, and I used that for like 4 years, and that's like my starter cam. So.
Gotcha.
And then
Cool.
I've also been like trying to do film and stuff, but
Do you like Sony cameras, or have you used them a lot? Because I've heard like through the grapevine that Sony might be better for video. I don't really know.
I would say
But-
yes, Sony is amazing for video.
Okay.
I don't do as much video, but I'm more of a photo guy, and like
Uh-huh.
Canon is like amazing for photo,
Uh-huh.
just because of like the way they colorize just raw images. But I mean, I've been thinking about switching to Sony low-key because
Really?
like, yeah, there's some pretty fire stuff on Sony's roster. So
Gotcha.
like,
Yeah, because that's when our original videos first came out. Where we shoot, I don't even know what kind it was, but it was our editors. It was a Canon, and then when we switched to the Sony, that's when you like obviously tell the
yeah,
quality of the video got
exactly
so
yeah.
much better.
Sony's just on top of the game, honestly. Like they be killing it.
They still since they take good videos. Does that mean they take good pictures as well? Or is it like
I mean, it's also a person's preference as well. I also go for Canon because it's more user friendly. Even like messing with like your camera, like it was a little. I was like outside of my comfort zone, obviously, because there was so many buttons.
Yeah.
But you just have to like learn the menu of the Canon in order to use it. And so, but yeah, Sony makes amazing pictures. I know a lot of friends that shoot with Sony, and they just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's also really good in low light. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's another
what he
thing.
was saying
Yeah.
as well. Our editor was saying as well. It's a good low light camera, and that's I guess is that like the hardest thing to do in photography?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Because if you take a photo and you don't, first of all, if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to suck. Second of all, you have to go up on your ISO a bunch. And then also the tricky part about night photography is if you go up on your ISO, then you got to like either go up on your shutter speed, but like your shutter speed actually affects it whenever it's like less than 1/80th of a second. So your picture's going to come out blurry and grainy. And so I think like finding like a great low light camera like Sony or like a mirrorless Canon, I think that's makes my job easier as well as like other photographers. But I don't really do a lot of night shoots, but whenever I do, I just did one with my friend Raul Escobar, and it was just tough because I was like, oh well, I actually have to like really learn to do my camera more. So, but yeah, I mean low light it's tough, but also at the same time, it comes out with some awesome stuff.
Yeah. What got you into photography?
So graduated high school, and I got a job at this place called Top Golf.
We used to work together.
Yes,
You know it.
we used to work together. I was friends with your girlfriend. We worked in the same area. And so, like, while I was there, I was like, oh, well, I'm meeting a lot of people. Like, maybe I can, like, try to do something with my life. And I was like, I don't even know. So I tried to make a clothing brand. It didn't work out, but I had to buy a camera to take, like, photos of it and videos. And I also wanted to be a YouTuber. And so, like, I don't want to be a YouTuber anymore.
No, why
But
not?
I don't know. It's just not, like, my thing like that anymore. I've kind of been lately just like keeping it low and not trying to like show off like everything.
I feel like a suggestion, like you seem to like know a lot about cameras and stuff, and like there's a lot of people who do teach like shooting and stuff with cameras.
Yeah.
Like I think that'd probably be something like if you ever wanted to get into it, like do that.
Also, like helping out people
Like
in that way.
like make your own like camera series and just like this is how
That's a
you
good
do
idea.
this, or this is how you shoot this, or I don't know. It'd be just a good idea.
If you do get a Sony or your two Canons, you could do compare.
Yeah, like
which
there's-
ones
you
look
could just
better,
do
price
easy.
point. Like there's just
You can always make
You
content out of
guys are
something.
coming up with all the ideas.
Yeah.
I need to start writing these down, honestly.
Yeah.
We
always are
brainstorm a lot.
thinking,
We
yeah.
always like try to come up with different ideas and everything. So
No, I definitely need y'all as friends. You guys look at the bright side, so you know.
Yeah.
we
That's
try
great.
to we try to be a step ahead of everyone in the game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Like we the ideas that we have that we want to do this year is definitely, I feel like, something that nobody else has done before. So that's like one thing I'm excited to do.
Yeah.
And then
And we just draw inspiration too from like people on YouTube that aren't even like super famous like that, but they're they're just like they're inspirational people because like what they do as creatives, it's just like hard to just
No, I
be
think
creative
that's-
and stuff
I
like
think that's
that.
awesome. Yeah.
So
anyways,
for it.
so you didn't want to do YouTube, you want to start your own clothing brand, bought a camera. From there on forth, what happened?
I started to take some photos of my friends, and I remember the first photo I ever took, like ever. It was of my friend Kiana Warren, and it was in like one of my shirts, and so I like took the photo and then I posted it on my Instagram, and people were like, "Oh, these are so good! Like, we love them. You're killing it." And I'm like, wow, like I'm kind of, I might do
Feeling
something.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, wow, I just picked up something. Maybe I'll try it out, And so I also knew a lot of like my mentors that were already in that industry. And so I like asked them questions. They're like, hey, if you got nothing to lose, like, why not try it out? And so I started watching Peter McKinnon videos.
That's
and
my guy.
Yeah, he's awesome,
yeah,
dude.
he's so cool.
They actually showed me a video of him the other day, and it was like he made like some kind of like a coffee B-roll.
The coffie B-rolls
Oh,
video,
yes.
crazy.
Dude,
The video is
he,
crazy.
like,
But it wasn't him that did it. It was his, I guess, his friend or his partner
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
It was the other guy, basically.
Yeah, but
that
like
shot it. But that thing was
just
crazy.
the way he just like shows things like photo and video, like he's such a storyteller. I was like, I need to learn from him. So
He's how I kind of learned how to shoot with like shutter speed, aperture, ISO, like all those together.
like his camera basics, those
No,
3 camera
I watched
basic
the,
videos.
I watched the 3 camera basics.
Yeah.
oh,
and
that's a great
like
video. I watched
yeah.
that too.
What I watched, and that's how I like kind of learned.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah, he's awesome. I watched a lot of him. I watched a lot of other like YouTube tutorials trying to just figure out everything, and I just like shot for like every day for like 3 months, and just worked on it, and I'm still learning now.
It's definitely hard.
And, oh my god,
It's
is
hard.
it hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I feel like
Most people just
What-
think you.
yeah,
Just
with
grab
us
a
it's
camera.
like
No,
a
most
lot of
people
people.
are
I
like,
feel like a lot of
"Oh,
people
you
think
just
like
take the photo. Like,
Yeah.
no, dude,
we
so
just
much goes
record
into
and
that.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people think like, oh, you just shoot, edit, and that's it. Maybe not even edit, just shoot.
Yeah, and
There's
I'm
a
like,
lot that
dude,
goes
it's
into
like
it, like-
it's like a process for like a photo session. I have to like figure out settings and then figure out lighting after that. Take the photo, take a bunch of photos, trying to narrow it down to like 15 to 20 for the client, and then after that, I gotta edit all of those and then edit them individually after the preset. So like it's a whole process. It takes like 4 hours probably
Yeah.
just to like edit a session. So
Yeah. So you said that people like your pictures. Started talking to mentors. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
And then you said 3 or 4 months straight you just took
Yeah,
pictures.
I just started like taking pictures and watching all those videos, and luckily I've been blessed enough to have a lot of really cool friends, and one of them got me an internship, and so I was their like social media intern, and I didn't really do as much, but I really got to learn from someone that did do a lot. And so I'm a very visual learner, and so like me watching someone do something, and especially for repetitive time over time, it really made me like become a better creative, I would say.
When were you finally like, all right, I can do something with this, or like, oh, my pictures are actually like really good, let me try to do the internship? Or did he see your photos like, oh, you're good enough to do the intern? Like, what was that process like?
It wasn't as like glamorous as you would think. It was more of like, hey, like I can see the passion that you really enjoy this, and like your photos aren't amazing, but I know that we can get to like the next step and you meeting people and stuff. So it was more of like him believing in me and seeing how much I actually wanted to do this, and not as much as like, oh, this guy meets this certain level of experience, this guy meets this certain level of quality in his photos or whatever. So I mean, shout out to Norris Grove one time. He's awesome.
Where'd you do your internship at?
It's a company called Koisky. Actually, while we were setting up, we were watching a video on YouTube.
Okay, so that's how you pronounce it, Koisky? Because I used to tell him Koski or Koski Media.
No, yeah, Koisky. It's actually...
Wait,
you interned there?
Yeah, George?
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's like...
He showed me his videos a long ass time ago.
I love his content, bro.
4 or 5 years ago, he showed me his. Right, kind of. It might have been before your new house.
Yeah, it was. He did. I think one of his first facility videos is like. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe I don't know. But when I watched one of his first facility videos, and like, cause like people that don't know, I played football in college and stuff like that. So it's just really cool to see like facility videos. And I just told Carlos like that idea was just ingenious because people don't really know how nice college facilities are unless they're like a recruit. So for him to go to these different schools around the country and like go in depth, show all this stuff, like that's
it's
really
like great marketing for that school too.
Dude, like those videos are.
And they're super good.
Yeah, because he just watched the Texas golf one.
Oh, sick!
The other day, so he was like, let me show you real quick," which I already kind of knew most of it, but I didn't know like some of the stuff. But it's like him going to all those different campuses and getting to see all that, and like, that's just crazy.
No, yeah, he's awesome. He's one of my greatest friends. Also, he's like one of my biggest mentors. I actually texted him while I was here, and I sent him a picture of the TV.
While we were playing?
While we were playing, yeah. I said, I'm going to be on podcast tonight. And we were setting up, and this is what pops up on YouTube. So it was just like a very surreal moment. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That like people that I don't really know as much are like just watching these videos. And it's just so cool to see that.
Yeah,
but they're actually rebranded. They're not Koisky.
Yeah, that's what I told him today.
They're Sports Dissected.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for those guys. Like, I love them to death.
How long did you internship there?
I was there for a year, and then I continued to do freelance as well. I was also a brand ambassador for George's nonprofit. It's called Keogh Colon Cancer Foundation. It's a colon cancer nonprofit, and we would raise awareness, and that's how I was able to go to a couple of really cool cities and hang out and play basketball with some really cool people. And so I also continue to do work for them as well now.
What was it like internship for both those, and like what's the like major differences in like interning for both of those?
I would say for the Colon Cancer Awareness Foundation, I would say a lot more research had to be done, where for Koisky it was a lot of sports related topics, and I'm a big sports guy and I love sports. So
who's your teams for anything?
Okay. NBA is like the Bucks and the Warriors. Steph Curry got me into basketball, so Warriors for sure. Mm-hmm. And then Bucks. My mom is from Wisconsin, so I'm a Bucks fan till I die, kind of thing, or whatever. NFL is Packers.
Oh, he gotta go. Podcast is over. Wrap it up.
Packers.
Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT, in my opinion. Tom Brady's great. He's great, but you know.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is better than Patrick Mahomes either.
What?
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh, I love Patrick Mahomes. I do. He went to Texas Tech. It's great. And he won a Super Bowl last year. Amazing. But he's still like
He is a baby still, but
He's still a
he's
baby,
a
but
baby.
what he's done, like,
And he has
and
MVP.
how he played, like, bro.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
changing
The Super Bowl,
He's changing the game for sure. For sure.
man
I'm
played
not,
his
I'm
heart
not gonna
out.
deny that.
Aaron Rodgers can't throw
But
hit somebody in the face mask and parallel to the ground.
oh, okay.
yeah, that throw was nuts.
That throw was insane.
Y'all gotta
Dime.
chill out. Y'all
Dime, bro. Those 30 yards parallel.
Hit him in the
Dime.
face mask.
Gotta, y'all
Almost getting sacked. Throws it back in the end zone.
Yo,
Dime.
I want to go
Bro.
home. No, it's-
Anyways, so Green Bay, you love Aaron Rodgers.
love Aaron Rodgers. MLB, the Rangers probably.
I'm a Ranger fan.
You don't like the
unfortunately.
Brewers?
Not really.
Christian Yelich? You're not a Christian Yelich guy?
No, not really.
He's cold.
Yeah,
He's good.
No, he is. I mean, Brewers. I'll always support them, but
Yeah.
like,
I just
like
figured just because you like.
no,
Everybody
yeah,
else
for sure.
Yeah. So.
No, I get you. Soccer. I don't really watch soccer. Tennis. I don't. Serena Williams.
She's goat
yeah,
too.
she's goat. Boxing. Ooh. I really like Ryan Garcia.
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness!
my God.
I was like, don't say
Honestly,
Ryan Garcia. I was like, do
dude,
not say Ryan Garcia.
I think he's doing good. He's only like 19, right?
And he's like 22,
22, yeah.
23
Oh,
maybe.
shit, he's our age. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. We think about that all the time. Like, he's our age making that kind of money. Insane.
Oh, dude.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know Mr. Beast?
Yeah, I know
He's-
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He's 22.
Dude, I'm a year older than Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
That's
Look how much
so-
money he's making.
It's stupid.
He's 20. Like,
And he
he's like
gives
22,
out
23.
so much money. And he gives
Insane.
out all these cars and everything.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like, wow, congrats to him.
How does it make you feel? It's like,
Damn, it makes me sad, honestly.
It does, me
like,
too.
I wish
I feel like everyone that's successful like that, like, because Cole Bennett, lyrical eliminator, owner, he's
Yeah,
24.
we were talking about that.
Yeah, like he's 24. So it's
Yeah.
like he's my age. So like I think everyone that's successful like that, that's like young like us, I think they were thinking like this at like 10 or 12 years old. At least in my opinion, I feel like that's the only way.
I wouldn't say 10 or 12.
Maybe like 16.
Well,
I was
16.
thinking about like the cute girl in my class at 10 or 12.
Yeah.
but-
maybe, because, I mean, you have some of these rappers that are like, Lil Wayne, he was like 16 when he
Yeah.
first, like, started
Yeah,
rapping
but
and, like, came in the rap game.
16 is a big jump from 10 to 12.
It is.
But she probably was, like, writing and stuff.
But
at
a
10
lot
or
of
12,
people
you know?
like at that age are like they have hoop dreams. Like everyone, like if they're playing sports, it's like no, like they're like, oh, I'm not gonna be creative, or like it's just,
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a very common thing. And for the people that are successful early in their 20s doing something creative, I think they had already started something like that.
Do you think they got bullied a lot?
Probably some of, especially like because we're getting kind of off topic, but we're like into like Call of Duty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Too, and like there's a lot of because we used to play Call of Duty growing up. I'm pretty sure you did. Like everyone played Call of Duty,
everybody
you
played,
know.
yeah.
And it's like there's people that literally like I've watched podcasts, dudes talking about they play Call of Duty all the time, like super nerdy, like didn't like talk to anyone, socialize. Then they come back and they start getting recognized because they're coming home with 300K checks in high school, you know, for
Yeah.
being pros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't say they got bullied a lot because Cole Bennett, he talks in his TED Talk like that he drew like the lyrical lemonade cartons like in a journal, and then he made a bunch of stickers and he just handed them out to everybody.
Yeah.
And he was writing blogs at the time, and he just said people just started rocking with it from there. But I don't think they got bullied like that. I just think they probably kept it themselves.
No, I think that's
Yeah.
the best way. Oh.
Yeah. So, working with, how do you pronounce it? His old brand? The old brand?
Oh, Koiski.
Koiski? Working
Yeah.
with Koiski is more sports oriented. And
Yeah.
then did you get to go to sporting events or?
I got to go to a few. Let me think. This is such a long time ago. I went to a few like Spurs games, a few Rockets games in Houston.
And you like took pictures for them?
Yeah, like content for them and stuff like that. And then nothing like too crazy. That was just me like learning the industry and everything like that. I've been able to work with a lot of really cool people, but like having that foundation of just like George and Norris, which is his name, like having their foundation of just you can do this, and then this is what we're gonna teach you and everything. That was like the best thing I could have asked for.
That's dope. What, like, besides like after the internships, is that kind of when you started like going on your own for freelancing, or did you do it before then, or you got with an agency after that? Like,
Yeah. I after the internships, I decided to get a job at my parents' church. It's called Shoreline Church, and
Nice.
Yeah, they've been there for like 30 years. They're executive pastors. and they were having like a video intern essentially, and so I got to learn everything photo wise with Koiski, and now I was like, oh, now I want to learn everything video wise because obviously those two correspond, they correlate, and also just like being around like a bunch of creatives and like a creative team essentially was really good for me. So I was there for a year. It was super fun. I got to make all of these promo videos and help out with anything creative. And so that was really cool. And then after that, I was able to go freelance. Yeah, so I got an internship there, and it was like so much fun. And then I ended up going freelance after that because it was only like a year-long contract.
Yeah.
Basically to like learn the steps and learn the basics of like everything creative. And so after that, I was able to go freelance, and I was like booked 6 months in advance actually.
Wow.
Also from like grabbing clients that were at the church. And so that helped me out a lot too.
How does that feel? Like knowing that you're just fine for 6 months and just don't have to worry about anything?
Dude, it was awesome. It was also super stressful because it was like my first like jump in and like diving head first or whatever. But it was, I'll never take that time away. That was so much fun.
Were you nervous, like shooting your first shoot by like as a freelancer by yourself?
Yeah, I was actually, because it was for Koiski. So Koiski was like, we want to book your first shoot basically as like your own company,
like help you out type thing too.
Like help me out type thing.
That's dope.
And so I sent some of the photos and stuff. They're like, oh, we love it. Like, we're so happy for you.
Where'd you go for them?
I did like headshots for a personal trainer. So
dope.
Yeah, they also not just like they don't just do the YouTube stuff. They also like work with brands and people and stuff like that too. So they just like create content for a lot of things. So I was able to do a lot of different really cool things with them. So
that's cool because that's actually something that way down the line from now, it's something we've beginning to have talked about.
No, that's great. Yeah. It's a great market. People would rather pay for them to do something than like do it themselves, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And we also like from the very first episode we said like, no matter how big or how small we get, we've always wanted to like do this to also help people out and like
exactly.
I'm sure there's like some of our friends that don't know you and they're like, oh, now they're gonna know you and vice versa.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. I love how wholesome and genuine you guys are. So, you guys
are to the Deshaun Watson thing.
Okay.
How'd that go down?
That was
first. Was that your like biggest person you've done? I guess.
No.
Damn.
Dang.
Right, well, tell us about Deshaun first.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was super recent. That was in like the second week of July of 2020. And so I was just chilling on my couch, and I get a call, and it's from my friend Brian. I worked with him 2 years, like 2.5 years ago, basically. They came to South by Southwest for like a Black Film Festival, and they were featuring one of their clients. His name is Quincy. He's a quarterback, and he's a trainer for multiple NFL players. And so they made a documentary about him, basically. And they were like, hey, like, we got your information from the website. Like, is it cool if, like, we could book you out for this? And I was like, yeah. So it was, like, a one-time thing, and I didn't think I would hear back from them. Sorry.
It's all good.
Hear back from them at all. And so I get this call, and he's like, dude, Rob, what's up, man? It's Brian. I was like, yeah, man, I have your number saved. Like, what's good? How are you doing? He's like, man, I'm doing good. Like, after we met up, like my agency like took off basically. He has a marketing agency, and so he's like, and we just signed like a really cool client, and I was wondering if like you could maybe take some pictures, take some videos, and make like kind of a mini series about it. And I was like, yeah, dude, for sure. Who's the client? And he's like, Deshaun Watson, and I'm like, hold on 1 second. And I like put him on mute, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, how am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah.
Cool. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
It's just such a surreal moment. Like, damn,
no,
like, I get to shoot for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Like,
especially
randomly on your couch.
not expecting it either.
No, not expecting it at all. And I was like, okay, cool. When's the shoot date? Like, we got all the details and everything. And it was the next week. And so I had to like rent a bunch of gear. Like,
you didn't have shit?
No, I did. So I did, but I didn't have like. So I had to bring 3 cameras. I had to bring that one. I had to bring my 5D with a different lens on it, and then I had to rent one more body and a lens, and then I also had to get 3 gimbals, 3 separate flashes. So it was just a bunch. It was a bunch, but it was the next week. I went up to Houston for the day. I left Austin around like 5 a.m. because call time in Houston was at 9 a.m. And so it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive. I wanted to grab breakfast in Houston. And so I got to the hotel. We did it at the Four Seasons, I think, or like one of those hotels, super nice ones. It was like awesome. And I was planning to go get some like breakfast, but they're like, oh, it's on the bill. It's all good. Just order whatever you want. So I was like, I'm going to get an Eggs Benedict or something stupid. And so I did that. And then the moment that like Deshaun walked in, he was doing the whole video process basically was, it was a job for ESPN, and it was for their ESPN cover story right before he signed like his giant deal, and he's about to get traded. And so like, it was like I was basically capturing the behind the scenes for it, and he was promoting one of his book. It's called Pass It On. It's a great book, but he walked in and he was just like sitting there, and dude, he's so big, like he's like you don't like he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's like quarterbacks aren't as big as like linemen, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he's like what 6'6".
I don't know
how tall he is.
Massive,
I thought he'd be
dude.
like. I know he's probably like 220 maybe.
Yeah, dude, he's like 6'6", 220, but that 220 is just all muscle, and so like it's just a presence when he walks in. So he walked in, and then eventually like the day went on, and I got to hang out with him and stuff, and he's a super cool guy, super genuine.
You had to be nervous shooting that shoot, huh?
Oh my god, yeah, it was awesome. I think I took like 5,000 photos that day, and with like 20, like I think like 18 hours worth of footage.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so it was a lot. And luckily, they were like, "Oh, just take like 2 months to edit." And I'm like, "Okay, thank God," because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like one of my favorite photos is taking a picture of Deshaun like throwing up the H in his Rolls Royce with Dolce Gabbana out, as well as him like just like playing with the football and stuff. But that was super cool. I got to like hang out with him for like 12 hours. It was like one of the coolest things, and he's such a bro. Like you have no idea.
What is a photo shoot day like?
It's a photo shoot day like
just the whole process.
Like for that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I figured like everything, kind of like setting up a concert. Like you just check everything, make sure everything's good before
dude.
like he even gets there. So like when he's there, it's not fucked up.
So call time was 9:00, but
what's call time?
That's like when people have to go there essentially and like start to set up.
Like check in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like there's talent call time. His call time was at like noon. So like we had 3 hours basically to set up. So we set up all these backdrops, different colors, different lighting for it. We had to set up different mics for like interviews. And then we all like ate breakfast and stuff. And then like Deshaun finally came in. But as the day goes on, it's like literally you have to, like you said, check everything. Like make sure all the lights are so good. Make sure all the backdrops are so good. Always have to be like, not like distance from Deshaun, but like making him feel comfortable and not like, oh wow, you're Deshaun Watson, dude. That's so awesome.
Like
professional.
Like
yeah.
It's
like
exactly.
dude, he's just another dude. That's it.
Exactly.
He's just really
you got
good
treated
at,
like that
he's
too.
He's just really good at what he does.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't know why, but I kind of came to that like in my life. I see somebody famous, I'm just like,
It's whatever.
it's whatever now.
Yeah,
there's very few people I'm like, all right.
If I saw Justin Timberlake, I would freaking fanboy.
Yeah, I would be like,
That's my
it's Justin
boy.
Timberlake.
Or like Drake, or like
Drake would
Beyonce.
be one of them.
But yeah, Drake. Maybe.
Connor would be one of them.
Bieber. It's just like it's
Connor
one of those.
who?
Conor
McGregor?
McGregor,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's just like one of those people.
Oh,
like,
Bieber?
Yeah, because
Dude,
he's just like,
bro.
He's just like, oh, like,
I'm a believer, dude. If I
ultra
saw,
star,
dude,
like-
if I saw Harry Styles walking down the street, I would flip out.
You like One Direction, or you did like
Dude,
One Direction?
Love One
I
Direction.
never liked One Direction.
Dude, are you kidding me, dude? I am a Directioner for sure.
Oh my God. So you like Zayn in them too?
No.
One of them played
fuck
soccer.
Zayn.
So who
Fuck
played soccer?
Zayn, dude. Zayn sucks. No, I mainly just like Niall and Harry and Louis and Liam.
Yeah. Who played soccer? One of them played soccer in England.
Dude, I was not that invested. Okay,
Oh.
I did not know.
Yeah, one of them was
who
like a pro.
played soccer in England.
Dude, I had to be just because of my obligations at the time.
Yeah, if there's anyone that I like listen to on a daily basis, I would flip out like in front of them, like.
Yeah, there's not many like
Anymore.
famous people. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I did flip out actually. I flipped out whenever I met Big Sean. That was like, because he's one of my favorite rappers of all time. I think he's so good.
Yeah, I didn't flip because he met Logic, but he met him at a concert. I met Logic at X Games.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Was he
and he was
just,
Austin?
was he just walking around?
Yeah, he was just walking around.
Oh, wow.
Him and his wife or his whole entourage was like, obviously
Yeah.
they got to go into like where the skaters were, like performing their stunts or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
He got to like go inside
tricks?
there. Yeah.
The tricks, the stunts.
Whatever they are.
Where they're performing the stunts?
He was just walking
dude,
around.
tricks, bro.
I was like, yo, Logic, you get a picture? And he was like, yeah, took a picture of him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Is he a short king?
Yeah, he's like
he's
5'9",
not very
5'10".
fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not that tall. I mean, when I met him, I like chopped it up with him. Like I talked to him for like 10 minutes. So he was like super genuine. Like I brought a Rubik's Cube in and like he started messing with it because at the time that's like he was like super big on the Rubik's Cube, like crazy and stuff like that. And he was like, he was like turning. He's like, where'd you get this from? And I was like, you know, I've just had it, like bought it from like Toys R Us or something.
about this,
he was
bro.
like, this shit tight as fuck, and like, and they broke one of the pieces off trying to, because I was like, can you do it for me? And
Yeah.
like the line, they were like, oh my god, like you brought a cube out, like they were geeking and stuff.
No, I feel
and then
you.
like he like broke one of the pieces off, and then we just chopped it up, talked to him for a little bit, and I was just like, at the time I was like in high school, so and he was like my favorite rapper. Like I watched him blow up, so it was one of those
Yeah.
things. I was kind of like just shocked, but he was like super genuine. So I hope most people are like that.
I wish they were because like, do you know Bradley Martin?
I met him too.
Yeah,
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 I met him too.
and he said he was. The
I
same
talked to him
way.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of celebrities, I'm not
Yeah.
going to name names, that I've met that were
Absolutely.
absolutely like terrible people and they were so
They
rude.
majority of them are because
Because they get bothered all the time,
yeah,
too.
they're
Yeah.
celebrities. So it's
Yeah.
like
No, yeah.
at that point, you kind of only want to talk to other celebrities because they're not gonna treat you how
A
the rest of
regular
the world
person
treats
would.
You. Yeah.
You know who was super genuine?
Us?
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Come on now. Come on. Of course. Why do you think I'm here? I would not hang out with non-genuine people.
No,
True.
Cam
Genuine
sometimes.
people only.
Hey.
No, dude, Allen Iverson is super genuine.
I could see that.
Yeah.
He was like one of the coolest NBA players I got to hang out with. Like,
I could see that.
or not. I mean, I was working, but like,
But still, yeah.
I got to play cards with him, so that was cool.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel like LeBron would be genuine.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
dude, and that's why he's the GOAT because rumor has it like MJ is not really nice to people.
Oh, I have a story on MJ with like one of my cousins. Like
Ooh.
he tried like she bought a Wheaties box. She
Okay.
like ran into him in Charlotte. He was like eating or something. And like I've heard this from a lot of celebs, like don't bother them while they're eating, which I do understand. Like
Yeah.
I respect
Yeah, if
that.
I
I'm
was
at
a
like my
celebrity-
most
Yeah.
vulnerable state when I'm eating.
Yeah.
I do not want to be
like-
bothered.
But they waited till he was done eating. So they bought a Wheaties box, waited till he was done eating. He's leaving, like sign his tab, whatever. They go up to him, they're like, "Hey, like, you're Michael Jordan, you know?
Yeah.
Like, can you sign this Wheaties box and we get a picture with you?" And he literally told them no. And my cousin literally was in the restaurant witnessing that, and I was just like, "It's like, dude, are you serious? Like, like you're Michael Jordan, like you can do that." I don't know. I just thought that's kind of messed up.
You
I
know-
would have been like, "Yo, MJ, what's up, Mike?" Like, I don't know. I'm not.
You know who was like kind of cool for being the way he is?
Who?
Baker Mayfield.
Really?
Yep.
Dog.
Yep.
It's a dog.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
I met him at when I was in the bar at Topgolf. He was on 3rd floor.
Oh, sick.
And it was like him and his like friend and his wife.
Yeah.
And then they're watching, I think playoffs were on. And people came up to him, asked for a picture. Like, yeah, sure. Took a picture. Turn around and watch football.
That's super cool.
I didn't really talk to him. I talked to his wife because he never came up to the bar to order. She always came up.
yeah.
And I was gonna be like, "Oh, hey, Baker, what's up?" or whatever. And I had that Yeti in the
Okay.
in the bar with
Okay.
me, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah.
He's like, what else?
So he
That's
probably
not
saw
mine.
it.
Yeah.
That's Allison's.
But besides Deshaun, you said you did somebody bigger than Deshaun. I mean, yeah, Deshaun.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many levels to it. So one of like the coolest jobs I've ever done. There's this company called Complex, And okay, you guys know what Complex
Yeah.
is, cool. And so they put on a convention every year. It's called ComplexCon. And I was working for a company called Nice Kicks at the time, and it's a sneaker blog.
Nice.
And it's not the store, but it's the blog. I always
okay.
have to say that. People are
Gotcha.
always like, "Oh, I know that store. It's off Guad." It's like, nah.
Yeah.
For some reason, the owner sold the store, but was like, "Yeah, you can have the same name." And I mean, it didn't work out great. Anyways, but I used to work for this blog, and that's how I was able to work with like a lot of cool people because it was such a big blog, and I'm very thankful for my time there. But my best friend in the world, his name is Ian Stonebrook. He is like a veteran writer, and he worked with me at Nice Kicks, and so he knows a lot of people in the industry. He's been in the industry for almost 12 years now, and so he was like, "Hey, like, Complex is like hiring for like in-house photographers. Is it cool if I give them your information?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, of course." Like 100%.
It's like feel like that's something you can't say
Yeah,
no to.
no, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And I'm like, even if I have to buy my own ticket, like I'm still gonna like, if I'm shooting for Complex, yeah, I'm gonna work for Complex.
Yeah.
So
It's like the money they pay you is going to be far more than what that ticket costs.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And so I remember getting a call. I was watching A Star Is Born at the Alamo Draft House with my then girlfriend. And I get a call, and I like run outside, and they're like, "Hey, like, her name is Vanessa. Vanessa from Complex. We'd love to hire you out and do this." And I was like, "Awesome. Like, let's do it." Also, I'm like freaking out because I'm like, "This is so cool." So they fly me out to LA, and they like put me in a hotel. And so I was basically shooting celebrities like all weekend. So that weekend I got to shoot Jaden Smith, Future, Virgil
Sheesh.
Abloh, Jerry Lorenzo, Allen Iverson, Issa Rae, I think that's how you say her name. Michael B. Jordan. Let me think. Who else? Man, so many people.
There's a lot.
That's
Fat
nuts.
Joe.
Yeah.
A lot of
Was
celebrities.
this
Oh, J
for-
Balvin, Becky G. Like,
Was this for Complex Con or just another event?
no, this was for Comic Con. So like,
Gotcha.
celebrities just go there. It's a big
Yeah, I
deal.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
It's-
wanted to go one year because Kid Cudi was headlining.
Oh yeah, dude.
Headlining it.
Yeah.
And that was like one of my favorite artists at the time.
I love Kid Cudi. Yeah, so that was all for Complex, and then that was like the coolest thing. And I actually recently worked with them, like a couple months ago.
One of the guys that went to our high school. When did he graduate?
Yeah. Pierce. I don't know when he graduated.
Pierce Simpson?
Yeah, but he
That's
went to
my guy,
he went to
bro.
Pflugerville.
Yeah.
That's my dude.
Yeah.
He recently actually left Complex.
Yeah, he's
and
on with KD's
he's
media.
with the Boardroom,
company.
which is awesome.
That's nuts.
Like my friend who I said earlier, Ian, he also worked on Ice Kicks, and Pierce also worked on Ice Kicks, and then I also worked on Ice Kicks. So
Bet.
I've
So you
known
just met
Pierce for
everybody.
I think maybe like 8 years now, or no, 9 probably. Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
One of the things like I've kind of learned growing up is that you're very blessed to know who you know.
Absolutely.
Because that just with anything that goes with anything you want to do. It's who you know.
Yeah,
And like who you know knows a lot of good people that can get you places. Because there could be a photographer that's just as good as you, or that's way better than you, but doesn't know anybody. It's not getting that exposure that you are. Like that's just kind of like, my opinion. It's like kind of shitty, like how the world is. But I mean that's how it is.
That's why you gotta like, even talking to you earlier. You just have to network. Like you have to, like I tell him all the time. Like I'm always trying to be nice to whoever I meet because you just never know like who they know and they could open up a door. Anything like
switch
that.
around, like you don't just want to be nice to someone just for an opportunity too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
just be genuinely nice too.
Yeah.
For example, for the home security I did this past summer, you'd always want to go fast and like install everything because the faster you got, the next house you got to go to, the more money you make, so on and so forth. Excuse me. And I would always take long on my houses just because I'd always talk. I'm a talkative person. I just love talking to people. And I also feel like if you just drop X amount of $1,000 on this company, like on this service, like I kind of want to make them feel comfortable about everything.
Yeah.
And just me being inside their house instead of just like working and leaving, and that's it. But they'd always like make fun of me, not make fun of me, joke around that I was slow and everything. But I was like, I'm not slow. I just talk. That's it.
Yeah.
And one of the very last houses I did, their daughter is Post Malone's manager.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
she's been a manager
crazy.
for like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Post Malone.
That's crazy.
Guns N' Roses, ACD, like a lot of people. And I actually talked to her on the phone, and I was done. They're like, if you ever want Post Malone tickets, just let me know. I was like, nah. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I would've
You
been like,
keep your tickets.
Hey, can I get a refund on the ones I did pay for and they were for resale? Like, please.
But just like that, like, you just never know. Like,
Yeah, exactly. My dad always taught me to always like, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so I really took that to heart, especially like my parents being in ministry. They talk to a lot of people every day. And so I've witnessed just random people coming up to them and kind of just sharing their story and talking with them, and seeing that has taught me like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to be afraid to just go up and talk to someone. Like, that's the last thing I'm like not gonna do is like, I'm just gonna leave you alone and I'm just gonna like whatever.
I feel like it's more awkward when you don't talk to people.
No, exactly, yeah.
It's just like sitting there in a room, just like,
No, seriously, yeah. So I want to talk to someone. I also want to get
Chilling.
into their world and everything. So, yeah, I'm not afraid to start any
but
conversation
just like
with
I said,
anybody.
you don't know who they are, and like, you don't know who they know.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that person you talk to could know, I don't know, like LeBron, and like
Yeah.
she follows you on Instagram, so LeBron, and
Like,
doing shoots for, like, you just never know.
Yo, Rob, you want to come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sip
Yeah.
of wine
I love
with him since
LeBron.
he loves wine.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love LeBron. He's the best of all time, greatest of all
Do
time.
you have
Let's go.
anything coming up that you can talk about, or anything past recently that was like kind of big that you've done?
Yeah, I'm working on a pretty awesome project right now, actually.
Yeah.
My friend, his name is Eric Alderett, and then my other friend, his name is Carlos Munoz. They own a barbershop here in Austin called Fadebox, and I'm currently working on a lot of social media stuff for them. So I'm in there twice a week, Fridays and Saturdays, shooting video, photo, doing some stuff for graphics, and then also adding some creative direction as well.
I told him, and I told my friend, the barber that cuts me, that I actually want to get Eric on.
Yeah, dude.
But then he asked, because I haven't asked him about it, I haven't talked to him about it, but he was like, do y'all like pay people to come on? I was like, I mean, no, not really. It's like, I mean, we really don't have any money to get. So when he told me that, I was like, damn, I wonder if he's gonna ask. Because like, I know like once you get up, like there's people who like will do an interview, but you have to like pay them to do an interview, or like whatever the case is. Like once you like kind of like get your name out there.
No, I get you. I'll put in a good word for you. Okay.
Appreciate
Yeah.
I'll text him. I actually have to text him after this. But yeah, I'll put in a good word and I'll be like, yo, you should hop on. Super cool guys. It might be in like a couple months. He just had a kid, so he's like,
Absolutely,
getting
yeah.
into that.
It doesn't matter when.
But,
It was just like I said from our very first video. We just want to get on here as many creatives as we
Especially,
can.
like,
People
local,
doing their
too.
own thing. Like,
No, yeah, he's
Yeah.
great. He's great. So I got that project going on.
and it's like another thing is like it's not for our benefit, but you
No,
just
yeah, I'm
never
not-
know. Like whoever watches the video can inspire them to go shoot photography, go be a barber, or like
Yeah, for sure.
get into something, like, you know.
No, yeah, I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep my eye out for you. So I work with them, and then I'm also working with my guys over at Kicking It. One of my friends, Greg Roby.
Ever met Earl?
Earl? Have I met him?
Yeah.
I have met him. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I haven't
met-
taken a picture of him.
I met him at Topgolf, and then I took a picture with him at Kicking It.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my friend's shop. I work with them like maybe once a week, just shooting stuff for social media. And then my other buddies, they own a vintage shop called Stacks. It's off of Guad.
Mhm.
That's
And,
the new.
It's next to the Texas Shoe Exchange.
Yeah.
So
It's like the new hype beast store, I guess you could say.
I guess so, yeah. But I get most of my clothes from them, and then I've been with them. I used to work with them at Nice Kicks, but whenever I worked at the shop, so I've known them for a super long time, and I shoot some of their stuff like weekly and stuff like that. So I'm mainly working with a lot of like small businesses that also are like friends as well. So
Yeah.
Just kind of
So you just kind of do
yeah.
whatever.
I'm just waiting
comes
for
your
events
way.
to come back so I can just like hop
Yeah,
out.
dude.
So that's like one of the ideas that we had. Sorry to cut you off. Was like
No, you're good.
Go for it.
going to live events.
Cut him
and-
off.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Going to live events and doing some stuff. I'm not gonna say what, but going to live events and doing some stuff for this. But Corona
think that would
happened
be
and
cool.
just fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Bro, what we would have done would have been dope. Like I said, it would have been different.
yeah.
We
from
need to
everybody
get
else.
on like New Zealand's thing because like they're like COVID free, dude.
Yeah.
New Zealand, so is somebody else over in Europe. I forgot who. Maybe it's not Europe, somewhere
The
else.
Europeans, man, they know how to wash their hands.
but-
Like,
They're also freaking. It was crazy out there.
What were you gonna ask?
Dude. Oh yeah. I got you. So, like, I know, like with COVID for us, like it slowed stuff down. I know it slowed stuff down for you exponentially.
yeah.
And
yeah, it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I actually haven't really talked about this with anybody. Only like my close friends and family know, but I'm okay with talking about it.
cool.
So I was working at an Ice Kicks, and it was awesome. And I recently moved into my own apartment in
Mhm.
January of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever like the third week of March hit, that's when like everything started shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
The economy dropped really bad.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of campaigns out with companies, and that's how we got most of our money.
Mm-hmm.
And so those campaigns got nulled,
Mhm.
or null and void, or whatever it's called, and we lost basically all of it, like a lot of money. And we lost all of our campaigns, and so I was let go due to COVID, like the system
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But that was in March, and then I was unemployed basically for 10 months.
Wow.
I recently got a job in January of this year, but like kind of leaving, kind of like suddenly just like not having that stability, it really made me get on my grind again.
Yeah.
And I got unemployment or whatever.
Wait, you got your own apartment and then went unemployed?
Like 2 months
yeah,
later.
like literally a month and a half later.
That's tough.
Dude, oh my god,
Were you stressed?
was I stressed? Oh my god, yeah, I was so stressed. Yeah, it was. It was the last year was the worst year of my
Did
life.
you keep those campaigns or lose those campaigns?
Oh, we lost.
Lost them.
Yeah, it
What
wasn't
was-
just me. It was like the company. But yeah, so we lost them, and then I was unemployed. But I really kind of was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pull my pants up and just do my thing again. And I was able to like get by, not like amazingly, but God ended up finding a way for everything. So now I'm good.
Speaking of campaigns, we're gonna give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Anchor.
Oh, we got a sponsor. It's Anchor.
Yes, sir.
Dude, isn't Anchor that company that like sends all of your streaming
Yeah, they like
platforms?
distribute everything.
Yeah, they distribute everything on like Spotify, Apple
all
Music,
that.
Amazon Music.
Look at you doing the ad.
Dude.
for
I know
us.
it. I listen to the podcast. Come on.
Yep.
Nice.
Of
Have you used
course.
Anchor before?
I actually, I have used Anchor.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Was
So,
it because of us?
Yeah, I used it to try to release some music of my own, but it was not a good idea, so I just canceled that shit. That's it.
I'm sure you know people that do music, and we know people too. So if you actually want to do it again, just let us know.
I'll hit
We'll
up
have them on
yeah.
soon too. Anyway, quick shout out to the sponsor.
Shout out to you, Anchor. Thank
If you guys haven't heard of Anchor, it is the best way to distribute and get your podcasts out to your audience. Anchor is a distributing website that is partnered with Spotify, Apple, Google Play, iHeartRadio podcasts, and much more. Anchor is definitely an ad-free podcast that will help you get money and revenue for your podcast. It's as easy as uploading your audio to the website and then pressing upload. Once you do that, Anchor will distribute your audio to all these major companies. Once again, it is free, and their main sources are Spotify. Thank you.
So you lost the campaigns.
Yeah, so we lost the campaigns. I got let go, and my personal life wasn't amazing either. It wasn't. I mean, it was awesome. And then like April, it wasn't amazing. But lost my job, and then I basically was just like, I'm gonna try to work with everyone that I've already worked with, whether that's like people in Austin or out of town or whatever. And so I literally like put in my 10,000 hours in that year again. Just trying to make ends meet essentially, but I came out on top, and now I get to really like choose what I do. So I'm really excited about it. Really excited about the future.
You said Deshaun was in July 2020.
Yeah.
Did you have to like send them tests that you're negative or anything? Or
Yeah, so I had to send them a test that was negative 2 days prior, and then whenever I got there, I got rapid COVID tested. We had to wear a mask most of the time. I mean, there was like times where I was just sitting like this with Deshaun or whatever, and we were just talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, whatever."
Yeah.
Like I want you to see like I'm cool kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we had to wear masks the whole time and everything. And then like each table that like each department was sitting in was like 6 feet apart. And so we definitely took the precautions and everything. So it was kind of interesting for sure, especially from like going to events that we didn't do that at all. It was like really weird to see like the switch, where it's like, wow, we really didn't care back then, like at all. It's like whatever.
For this coming up here, do you have campaigns like already booked or anything, or is it just more doing like your own kind of stuff, like freelance, like portraits or
nothing
shooting for like whatever?
Nothing too crazy so far. A lot of the things about like those campaigns is like you don't know when they're gonna come. So like I remember like go ahead.
Do you have a manager or something? Like, or
Do I have a manager?
call
It's
you?
just
Like
all
how
you.
does
Yeah,
like how
'cause
does it like they just kind of call? Do they just call you whenever? Or like that's how do they get in touch with you? Like basically.
Whenever I worked on Ice Kicks, I was able to get a lot of information from a lot of people, and so they got all my personal information. I don't have a manager. I'm not that cool. And
So they just like basically just straight call you, the campaign? Just straight call you?
Yeah, it's more of an email. But yeah, and then also like from like friends and stuff like that who are in the media and
Like
sports
recommend
and
you and
industry.
stuff like that, word of mouth kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I get a lot of my business from word of mouth. So
That's dope.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything planned right now?
no.
For campaign wise?
Yeah, nothing crazy for campaigns. I'm mainly just working with my local businesses and
When you're in the movie theater and you got that phone call,
yeah.
do you did you know it was them, or is it just is it something like you always get calls from unknown numbers, you just have to answer them because you don't know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't answer numbers I don't have saved.
Yeah, I answer every phone call, and if I miss it, then I'm gonna call you back. And either leave a voicemail or whatever, or text you. That's the thing. Like I literally have no one saved in my phone. Like I just saved you.
Appreciate you.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
I feel special, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And then I also have like people pinned that like I talk to every day. But that's just like my mom and my dad and like my friend Ian and my group chat with the boys and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't save numbers, and so anytime I see like an unknown number, I'm like, oh, I have to answer this. But in that time, I wasn't so like that essentially. I learned over time that you need to do that. But actually, she called twice, so I missed the first call, and I was like, oh, it's calling me again. Like this must be important. So like I go and I pick it up, and like, yeah, I was like, I definitely got better at that. But back then I was like, no, why is this person calling me? I don't know who you are.
Well, I guess for your situation it's a little bit different, but like for me, I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm not answering.
Yeah.
If it's important enough, they're gonna leave me a voicemail.
Yes.
No, exactly. And also like sometimes I get to listen to my like AirPods while I'm working and stuff. And like literally I'll be like in the middle of like listening to music, and then I'll get a call and I'll be like, okay, I have to answer and see who it is.
Does your work understand? Like do they know what you do for your side job? Like if
for sure.
Complex called you again, like, and you're in the middle of like doing something very important, like are you able to like, do they know like, hey, I gotta take this call real quick? Or
yeah, I've been blessed enough to know some people that work there through my family and other things, and they know what I do and they respect it. So it's definitely good. I've been blessed and been highly favored in that department for all jobs I've worked.
are you trying to go like be an entrepreneur again this year? You're gonna keep the job the
that's
whole
what I was
year?
gonna ask.
That's a good question. As of right now, no. I'm trying to stay stable and not like super stressed out
Until all this is over.
Until
basically.
until that, and then also until I kind of get a more understanding of everything I want to do, because I don't just want to take photos for the rest of my life. I really want to be a creative director or graphic designer, and so I really want to get into that field. And so trying to figure out exactly like who I am as a creative, because everyone evolves as a creative. It's not just
100%.
if you take photos, that's it. If you take video, that's it. Like everyone wants to do something more, and so I just kind of want to figure that out and not have to like be stressed about like, oh, where's my next paycheck coming from? So
when do you like kind of like start wanting to do that? Do you have an idea, or
Yeah,
It's just something that you want to do, you just don't know when.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a mixture of things. One thing is like an opportunity. I'm currently in the talks with one of the previous brands that I named earlier. I can't say right now, but I'll be creative directing them, which is going to be a huge honor, which is going to be so much fun.
What does that consist of?
Basically, it's like how you portray yourself. And so I'm also creative directing one of my friends. His name is Leo Staggy. Super cool guy. He owns a merchandising company based out of Portland, and he lives here in Austin. But basically, it's like how you want to portray yourself as like either a brand or as a person. And so a creative director will either take the photos or direct the shoots or direct the videos, as well as like how the person dresses or how the style that they want to portray as or the style that they like, and basically see a, because everyone wants to have like an individualism. I mean, Drake, like, you know, he's such an individual, or I mean, like Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, or really anybody, like you connect with them because, oh, this person could be a real person kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so my job would be to basically connect people through someone that has their own style, that has their own like personality, as well as a brand having their own personality.
That's dope.
That's super cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's super.
Yeah.
You
dope.
definitely get to get creative with that too.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
you could just think of crazy stuff to do.
Yeah, one of my friends, her name is Cece Mula. She's a creative director in Tennessee, and she is like insane. She works with JP Sachs, another person named Nick Hall. He's an artist. Steph is really good. Carrie Underwood, she recently worked with her. She's super talented, so like I'm learning a lot from her because she's like where I want to be in 5 years, basically.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope. Do you have any questions? I keep asking everything.
Nah,
No, I know, man. Steven's talking a lot. I'm like,
told you I was a talker. Huh?
dude, you are. It's all good though.
Yeah,
I can see Alex probably never gets bored of you.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, he's knocking out the park. You're both knocking out the park. So I mean, I'm just kind of
Something you can't do.
stop.
Just being a fly on the wall, and I get you.
No, I'm used to it. I ask very detailed questions. He's
You
like
do ask very
he's like
detailed questions.
he's like an elaborator. So it's like we're
Yeah.
very like good together, like seesaw. Like it's perfect.
Exactly. You're like,
Yeah.
let me just hit you with this.
I
and
hit you
then,
with that point, and that's it.
Let's
He
go on a
can
rant
like
for 5
elaborate.
minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any
So.
detailed questions?
I mean,
that COVID question was a good question.
yeah.
That was a good question, dude.
I mean,
Like, honestly, dude, like,
oh man.
the way he worded it even, he was like, you know, COVID hit us hard. How did it affect you?
Oh, okay. I got
Like-
one.
He went to school in Colorado, y'all.
If you had anybody that you would work with, who would you want to work with?
I was gonna ask that
Oh,
too.
that's a good question.
I was gonna ask like, what's your dream
Oh.
shoe?
Yeah. Like who's your like anyone in the world? Who do you want to work with? Shoot, create, whatever.
All right, that's tough. You want to go even more in detail?
Yeah.
Let's do like categories.
Okay.
So let's do like music,
Sports, and then what? Film, maybe.
Yeah,
Culture?
film. Oh,
Like culture? Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Music,
Okay,
sports,
cool.
and culture. That's a good one. I like that. Good job. There you go. Music. It's a tie between two: Kanye and Justin Timberlake.
Why Kanye?
A lot of people say Kanye though. Like a lot. Like
Actually, it's
But
a tie
I feel like when you shoot for Kanye, you like
so
you
my-
shoot for Kanye. Like you don't get to choose anything.
like because of the person he is.
Yes.
It doesn't matter though. I feel
Yeah.
like
You know
just
what's
as an
crazy?
icon.
It's crazy. It's actually one of my friends' name is Matt Barron. He shot Kanye, and he was telling me, he was like,
Damn, that's why he got the. You know what I'm saying, he shot him in the jaw.
nah, chill out. got his jaw wire shut. That's how it happened. Actually, it's pretty crazy.
Your friends.
No, yeah. No, but he was telling me how like Kanye was like directing him whenever he was like taking a photo of him. So that Kanye, Justin Timberlake, he's like my favorite artist of all time. Just his flow, his style, his swag, just everything about him is so cool.
What's your favorite album by him? I'm just curious because I know mine.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
I want to get it on vinyl, like soon.
Future Sex Love Sounds.
Okay, mine's the 2020 Experience.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you have
That's
a
a good
vinyl
one.
player?
What's up?
Do you have a vinyl player? Do you have a vinyl player?
Oh, a vinyl player, like a record player?
Yeah.
No, I actually am in the market to buy one.
You should get
so.
one.
Yeah,
They're
he
dope.
got me one for Christmas.
Yeah, I got him
and
one for
then,
Christmas.
you know, because I'm super into music and I've been just collecting them so far. So
yeah, I love JT. I love records. I actually like have a vinyl collection, but I just don't have a record player.
Yeah,
it's like for show, but
still
I actually
like aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I got like an ABBA record. ABBA's a band. I don't know if you know who they are.
No.
Do you know that song Mamma Mia? Or like Dancing Queen?
Mamma
Dancing
Mia,
Queen.
I think I've heard.
Yeah, so they sing that. Wasn't
that like a movie? It's like a movie, right?
It's a song, but the band ABBA was like created from Mamma Mia, like the musical, which is the movie.
Yeah, that's what I know. The movie.
ABBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know them.
Yeah. So them. But yeah, so I have them. I have like Hairstyles and Laney records and stuff. But Justin Timberlake, I would love to work with. Laney also, which is one of my favorite bands. I actually have one of their songs tattooed on my leg. But super cool band. I would love to like work with them, either do a shoot for them or like I did one shoot for them, but my file got corrupted actually.
Damn.
Which sucks.
What? There was it was Optic Roger. That's the only reason I know that you can recover them. One of the
Hitch talked about it too because he's lost some stuff too.
There was the guys were watching while we're showing you the podcast stuff. You're like, who's that?
Yeah.
They have videographers. Which after this, I want to show you some of their stuff. It's
for sure.
insane. It's dope. Like the Mavic chair one.
That is crazy.
Anyways, he was talking about he had a photo shoot that he was like trying to work for the company or whatever, or something happened, or he was like either trying to work for him or like that was his first photo shoot.
Yeah.
But when he got home, all his files were corrupted, and he was like, "Dude, what the hell?" He was like trying to figure out what to do and like how to. Anyways, he spent like $100 or something on the software, like get them back, and he didn't get all of them back, but he got enough back to where like
it was good,
saved them.
Yeah,
and then that's like.
Well, I don't have the SD card anymore, so that's not gonna be a thing
What do you
for
use?
me. No, I mean like I use SD cards, but I don't have that
I was like-
specific one. That was a long time ago.
I was like, you don't use that. I was like, what was it?
I was like,
damn.
nah, you're good.
No, yeah, actually the camera's empty. No, but,
Yeah.
sports wise, dude, I would say like Steph Curry or like Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker,
D-Book.
swaggy, dude.
Swaggy. Young too.
Yeah, young, bro.
Yeah.
Or like SGA.
Yeah.
Dude, he would be really fun to work with. And then
He's
like
swaggy too.
yeah, no, for sure.
Might sound dumb. Who's SGA?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's crazy. He's
Swaggiest person in the league. By far,
by a long shot.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Like, did you see his new Lambo
Like-
that he fucking mashed with his Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
SBs.
Mhm.
Those are so. That
Like
was so.
Javier Baez swaggy,
He's swagger than him.
but like that, like
Yeah.
For who? Against who?
Do you know Javier Baez
Yeah. No.
plays shortstop for the Cubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
This is like the swaggiest athlete like playing right now.
Yeah.
more than Odell.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
I can name 3 players with better swag than Odell.
Well, I'm talking about like on and off the field.
Yeah, so can
Damn.
I.
Who?
Oh, you want me to
Yeah.
go? Okay, cool. I would say first is D'Angelo Russell.
I feel like it's easier for NBA players though.
For sure.
Yeah. Second, I would say it's all NBA players against like an
Because the
NFL
only people
player.
that are really swaggy in the NFL are receivers. Like
No, that's
all of them
true.
are swaggy. Like CD,
DeAndre Hopkins
Diggs.
pretty swaggy.
Diggs is swaggy too.
Cam Newton is there.
He's there too. Yeah.
Weird.
Dude,
That was weird.
He wears like that
Westbrook,
high
dude,
fashion.
You know. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess in the league, yeah, Odell is the swaggiest.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamara.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he might be the swaggiest right
Yeah.
now.
Swaggiest athlete, Conor McGregor.
Cap.
That boy got some what?
Cap.
He's just trying to be like Mayweather.
He's just like-
Floyd did that stuff first.
Okay, Conor McGregor dresses like where you have money but you don't have a stylist. Like,
I think it's like that because it's like
and that's
if you know
that's hot take. That's for most athletes. Too.
well, if you know, like,
Yeah.
if you knew his backstory, which is for most athletes as well, it's like
He's broke.
broke as hell. Literally, like
okay,
missed rent.
well, he's
like,
not broke
Oh
now.
no, but he's like,
Like-
but he's like at this point, it's like Floyd, like fuck it, I could buy it, I'm gonna buy it.
No, I get
Ain't nobody
you.
gonna tell me anything if I wear this like this. Like,
No, I feel you.
Can-
I feel you.
that
since we're
point,
talking
you're-
about fashion, what kind of watch, if you don't mind me asking, going? Because I'm trying to get into watches and I like watches.
dude, this is that fossil. Fossil
It's
gang.
very nice.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
My favorite color is like green. It's like a forest green.
Like the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the face is like forest green, and then that's my favorite color as well as red.
I like
But,
Michael Kors.
They're okay.
I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
I'm just saying, it's like I do.
Michael Kors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
There's just so many
opinionated.
better. There's so many
I'm
better watch brands than that.
I mean, yeah, but that's it's affordable.
I,
You know
I
what I'm
respect
saying?
the opinion. I'm judging you, but I respect the opinion.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
good.
affordable. That's
I
what
wanna-
I'm saying.
No, I mean, I give you that.
Have you? I mean, this is a stupid question. I'm sure.
Ask it. I
I'm
love
sure.
stupid questions.
I'm sure you've seen Rolexes like in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy, right?
They're pretty crazy. I think
Yeah.
they're like gaudy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like not like.
Have you seen
super
Have you
cute.
seen any APs or
Yeah. Okay. Virgil Abloh had a pretty fire AP on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like baby blue.
Sheesh.
Have you
Yeah.
seen a buzz down one?
Yeah. It was bust down. It was fucking fire. Yeah. It was like baby blue with like charcoal hits, like charcoal complementary, like
That's nuts.
contrast or whatever.
Bet that watch was like
Dude.
200K probably.
Oh my god, it was so pretty.
It was probably
and
made
like,
by
and like
Eliante.
the jacket he was wearing was like a charcoal like all print Louis
Mhm.
V jacket, and so like it just matched really well. And I'm like, that's like the coolest watch I've ever seen.
No. I want to tag here. That's like
Yeah, see, like he wants one of those, and I was like, yeah, I want one of those, but can I afford it?
I mean
No.
the cheapest one is like
Eventually,
1600.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about
buddy.
like right now.
Dude, right now I can't afford the shoes I'm wearing. No, I'm playing.
Well, no.
Am I though?
When we make it,
Oh,
when we
yeah,
make it,
going
I'm
stupid.
getting something crazy.
Oh, stupid.
It's crazy ass watch.
Yeah, whenever I make it, I'm gonna just buy a house. That's it.
Yeah. No, you don't want anything crazy.
No, not really. Honestly, like
Like-
this last year changed me. I don't
like
need,
you don't want a
any-
Nautique?
anything flashy. Really? What's up?
You don't want a Nautique?
It's a boat. It's a boat I
Nautique?
want.
It's like a boat. Like it's like
It's like that badass. It's like a badass
Like a badass yacht
wake
boat?
like wake. It's like a wake sport type boat.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's like
You wakeboard?
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
For real?
Yeah, dude.
What lakes do you be hitting out here?
Like Austin. That's
Like,
it.
bet we
Yeah.
should go sometime this summer then.
Yeah, dude, for
Yeah,
sure. I
let's
would
do
love
it.
to.
Let's do it.
Yeah, my parents used to always take me up, and then whenever I got friends, that
I actually just
boats-
got a new board too.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's dope. I don't know like any of the logistics or like.
Yeah,
the
I was-
details on it,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like that's really dope.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Back to the original question. We kind of got off topic.
It's all good though.
You said music,
I said music,
athletes,
athletes,
culture.
and then I said culture.
Culture.
So now you're on music. I mean athletes.
No, yeah,
No, I already did.
he already did athletes. He said Curry.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
Booker.
yeah, culture.
Yeah.
Culture.
Actually, I would also want to shoot Patrick Mahomes. And
Because he's better than Aaron Rodgers.
no, dude, chill out, chill out, bro. Or like Devontae Adams would be really fun to shoot. Marquise Goodwin was a fun guy to shoot too. Culture. Let me think, man. Let me think.
I already know my number one for culture. Who I'd
Do it. Say it.
I'll do Future.
Future's really
Like,
fun, dude.
He's
Out
not
of, like,
is he not
Complex Con?
considered music though?
I feel like he's just a cultural dude.
I feel like he's more music
Sensational.
though. You know,
Yeah,
Sensational.
sensational.
I want to shoot Cole Bennett.
I say that all
or,
the
like,
time. People are like, "What is that?"
What's it
And I was
from?
like, "Have you never seen the video?"
I said that to my
Sensational.
mom actually this morning.
That gif.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
But no, like if
No, Future's-
not out of like out of
that's
music, like if he's not like Complex Con like doing a music video, if he's like at a club or something or in the street, like
Yeah.
that should be live.
He's like the standard for like dressing in rap, like one of the standards besides like ASAP
Oh,
Rocky
for
and stuff.
sure,
Like
dude.
he's like one of the
For
standards.
sure. I'm gonna think culture-wise. Ooh. I want to shoot like Loki. I want to shoot Timothy Chalamet.
Who?
Timothy Chalamet.
Who was that? If you don't mind.
You don't know who Timothy Chalamet
No.
is?
I thought you were gonna say like Sean Witherspoon or something like that. Because of like nice kicks,
Like,
like,
yeah,
clothing
just
and
like,
stuff like
like,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know who Timothy Chalamet is? He's an actor, dude. He's,
For what?
what do you
Like what?
Like, what was he-
What,
like, what is- like, what is he-
TV show, movie?
Like, what has he been
He's
in?
he's a film actor. He's really good.
What movies has he been in?
Call Me by Your Name. He's coming out. That Dune that's coming out.
Dune. That's my dad's favorite movie.
Zendaya.
Yeah, that's my dad's favorite movie
He's
ever.
in it. He's like the main character.
You never seen Dune?
I still don't know him.
Summer Nights. That's another. Good
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's like all the he's like the dude that all the white girls like basically. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, Alex knows. And so like he's just like this tall, scrawny, cute guy with like nice curly hair. But he would be a really cool guy to shoot with for sure.
Timothy what?
Chalamet. It's like CHA.
I found it.
Yeah. There's a T at the end, but it's silent.
I don't know this guy.
How do you not know him? He's like super famous.
That's what white girls are into.
No, it is what white
Imagine.
girls are into. Literally, dude. Steven's girlfriend Alex is white, and we agreed
That's
off
funny as
camera.
hell. True.
Yeah, I don't know this.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, why would you want to shoot for him? Like, what's the reasoning
He
behind
seems
it?
like a good
You just think he could be like
photogenic person to shoot.
that, and he can wear like clothes well? I don't know.
Yeah, he has like a certain style. And I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it would be challenging to me too, because like he dresses more elegantly
Yeah.
compared to like other dudes,
Yeah.
and so I feel like having that would kind of be like
Like a European type.
very European,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And so I feel like that would be really cool to just kind of like capture and
Mm-hmm.
put myself in like a different situation.
Mm-hmm.
Besides him, I know you want a girl, so I'm gonna say a girl.
Yeah. That's I'll throw that in there. What girl would you want to shoot for? It can be in anything, like
Yeah.
any category.
Ooh. Okay, there's like two. There's like one where you're not gonna know who she is, and then there's another one where you are gonna know who
Okay.
she is. I really want to shoot for Zendaya.
Yeah.
You know
See
who
that?
Zendaya is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. And then I also want to shoot for Maud Apatow. You
Don't know who that is.
There's a
Nope.
director named Judd Apatow, and he makes a lot of really funny movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his daughter, and his daughter was also in Euphoria. So
Oh well, I probably saw her. I don't.
yeah, you did. Have you seen the first episode where like Zendaya has to go over
Yeah.
and like get like to pee in a cup, or basically
Mm-hmm.
she's the girl that pees in the cup.
Oh.
Yeah, but she's really cool. She's also like so beautiful. She's like one of my woman crushes. So it would be really cool to do that. And Selena Gomez.
Nice.
We love Selena Gomez over here. Like, she's the best ever. Oh, and the Jonas Brothers. Fuck yeah, Jonas Brothers. Love Jonas Brothers.
Seems like you want to shoot for everybody.
Dude,
Shit, I would too, honestly.
dude, I would love
Yeah.
to, bro. Why,
Would you ever be like? Would you ever like quit freelance and like quit working for agency if like Drake asked you to be his personal photographer? Like if one of those people
Oh,
we named
dude,
like
what?
asked
That's
you,
your first-
but,
Are you kidding me?
But like you didn't get paid what you would be able to make.
There's no way.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
mean,
like
that's just
there's
a-
definitely a way.
That question is just like very like
That's like so. That's a
it doesn't like
stupid question.
it wouldn't make sense. Like how could you not get paid what you would make?
If he only makes 120,000 with Drake a year and he can make 200,000 doing freelance, what do you mean?
I'd probably do the Drake thing because
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I would.
if
do
he has the opportunity to make more freelance and then he will with Drake, that's what I'm asking.
well,
Like,
money
what would you still
experience
Like,
the
mon-
Drake because it's
mon-
the
I
experience.
gotta admit, money makes the world go around. Okay, cash rolls everything around me.
do? Mm-hmm.
But having someone like Drake,
The
to
experience.
shoot, experience,
Yeah.
exposure. Do
Well,
you know how many people
Drake was just a
knows?
name.
Like-
Well, Drake was just a name that because it's
Oh my
obviously
God, my
Drake, but
voice
like
cracked.
anybody basically.
Say again.
Would you do that for anybody?
Depends on the person. I don't
Sorry,
know.
we had to.
Audio's
change-
going still.
Yeah, audio's
All right.
going.
Audio
We just had to
straight,
change
dude.
the
So
battery.
straight, bro.
The battery died, so we had to change up the battery.
Dude, it's so straight, bro.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Dude,
It
holy
could be
crap.
the same thing we asked you, or any questions you have for us, or
Yeah, man. Okay, first of all, this is gonna be a good
we'd have
question.
one more question for you.
You have one more question? All right.
Who's your biggest inspiration?
Oh, dang, that's a good question. Who's my biggest inspiration? It's gonna okay. I'm gonna get emotional. No, I'm kidding. But it's my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
My dad is the hardest worker I know. He didn't go to college. He was a bricklayer for like 5 years, and then he worked at a hospital. And then after that, or before that, he was basically just doing all sorts of jobs. And he's taught me like is not what you know until you know. Referring to school, which like eventually I do want to go to school, but he's just like such a righteous man, and he's a hard worker, and he's really taught me just how to basically go for your dreams essentially. And he was in a current situation in his life that I'm currently in, like years and years and years ago whenever he was my age. But it's been really cool during this time to like relate to him and things like that. and he continues to push me every day. So
That's dope.
definitely my dad for
Not
sure.
many people will say their dad.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sam Mata, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm happy I have your first name as my middle name. So yeah, he's super great.
That's dope.
That's a good question. Okay. Who are you top 5 listening to right now?
Top 5 listening to?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Both of y'all. We need
Sheesh.
answers.
Sheesh. Because this shit.
Mine
Go
is
first. You know, I am
J.
with this
Cole,
shit.
Oh.
Drake,
Okay.
Future.
Okay.
My shit's. Yeah, go for it.
I don't even know. That's like.
Because he said listening to right now. So
Yeah.
I'm not finna go. Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Like a daily rotation.
Yeah, I got you.
Like a daily rotation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Those 3.
Okay.
And then Travis would be in there because I only listen to music really when I'm in my truck.
Yeah.
But it's like I just press like shuffle the whole.
No, I get you.
Yeah, but if I had to like just listen to them, but like yeah, those and. Damn.
You can do.
Go for it. Finish it up.
Top 4
No,
is
I'm
cool.
I'm trying to think of like one more.
Because I'm the complete opposite of him when it comes to music. Like,
Yeah, I'm
Like-
excited to hear because like right now I'm kind of worried for Alex that she only listens to rap. So like,
No, well, so my truck is very. When we get in the truck, it will be like say we in the truck and I turn the Bluetooth on.
okay,
It'll connect to one of our phones.
okay.
Say we stop somewhere, turn the truck off. When we come back in, it goes to the other person. It's
You,
like
you didn't need to
I didn't
explain
do
all
that.
that, dude. It was just a joke, but it's okay.
oh no, but like that's just that's kind of where I'm
What's
like,
your favorite Drake song?
oh shit.
I don't know that.
Probably
I do like a top 5. He has too much. music.
mine might be Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
Shit. He
All right, I
has
need
too
your
much
top
music.
5 now.
Top 5 that I'm
Cam.
currently listening to is completely different from my top 5 that I.
Well, you've been hyping it up.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So I mean, I listen to like Carlos knows. Like I'll be working in my room because I work from home. So like I listen to music in an absurd amount. Like I'm always listening to music at all times, and I listen to all kinds of genres. I mean, no order really for me. I really like this rapper called Larry June.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of him
I
or
know
not.
who Larry June
Yeah,
is, yeah.
he's from San Francisco. Like very,
fire.
very, very like give you game rap. Like
Yeah.
to teach you how to make money, like eat healthy, like all that stuff. So I like that stuff. So him probably, I listen to him every day. Gunna, I listen to him every day. Just because
That's my guy.
Gunna's this. He doesn't, to me, he does not have a bad song. He's always writing the beat good. He has
yeah.
like the best beat selection right now, in my
he
opinion.
kills it for
Like
sure.
all his beats are ridiculous.
For sure.
I really like Trippie Redd, just because he's
my 5th.
all like people think he's real like big emo, but he's really not. Like
No,
he's
he's
a
really
very
not.
very 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 rangy artist. Like he can do everything.
Yeah. for
Yeah,
Sure.
and that's what I like about him. And his music ages very like really well. Like if you throw on his stuff like a couple years ago, it sounds really good.
Big phone.
Oh, and then
Sing it out for me.
4, I really like Tame Impala, just because
Yes.
I took a trip out to San Diego in December, and
We love that.
and it's bad. I was super. I don't know why, because I'm big into alternative music, but I was super late on their last album, the Slow Rush.
Yeah.
Super late on it. I go to the house I was staying at. This girl put it on vinyl, like, and it was like we were in Cali, you know. It was just like a vibe, you know. And then like
are immaculate.
and then like it was just, I was just like, geez, this is like ridiculous sounding. Like it sounds so good.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
So I listen to them a lot, and then probably number 5 would probably be Travis. Travis Scott, just no one has an ear for music like him right now,
No, I
currently.
get you.
Like,
So you said that yours is like completely different.
But that's
place,
not-
but
that's
you
like not
named
my
4
top 5
rappers
ever.
Also.
I mean, I like rap. That's like my favorite genre.
No,
though.
I
That's
get
my
it.
favorite.
Like
I
I
get
like
it.
R&B too, but like I throw like, it depends. I gotta be in a mood. Like I'm very mood centric with my rapping. I listen to country too. Me too.
Country, but I have to be in the
Like
mood
a mood for
country.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it's weird because if I hear one country song, then I'm in the mood for it. But I have to hear it. But sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I want to listen to country today.
Yeah.
Like if
So,
I'm like going on a drive like back to my parents' house, like I'll like throw on, like or during the day country like windows down like.
No, we love
And like
we love
rap
that.
music is kind of like hustle music too. Like they're all hustlers, so it's like
No, I get you.
what we do is like kind of gets you in the mood for
It's
it
a
or whatever.
motivation for sure.
Yeah.
I saw Tame Impala at Lollapalooza in Chicago live 2019. It was amazing. Love Tame
Nice.
Impala. My top 5, Casey Musgraves for sure.
Nice.
Let me look at my Spotify real quick because, you know. All right, yeah. So Casey Musgraves for sure. The Weeknd also, he's so good. Let me think. Bieber's in there for sure. I've also been listening to this singer named Claro. I don't know exactly how to say her name. Do you want to stop it? Or
No,
Nah, you're good.
Okay,
You're
cool.
good.
And then definitely like Drake is in the mix for sure.
I
Like,
feel like everybody has to put Drake in
dude, he makes hits.
He does.
there. Literally have to put Drake
I'm just
in
more
there.
of a.
I'm
like,
a lyricist type person.
I'm a lyricist too, but I also like very, very good structured songs.
Yeah, I mean,
You
J.
know?
Cole is great at that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like,
Because there's rappers who can rap really well, but like their songs aren't the greatest.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I probably like even though a lot
Like
of
Eminem.
yeah, but that's just
No,
'cause-
something like that's just
Yeah,
an
yeah.
example. That's
he's
an
a
example.
Great rapper, but
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of his songs don't be hitting. And
Yeah,
it's like I'm not
dude,
like
I
that's what I'm
listen
saying.
to
Like
your music to like
people,
escape.
because
Like,
I said Eminem is one of the most overrated rappers, and people like took it out of context. Like the reason I said that is because like he makes, like he obviously we know the kind of MC he is, but like when he comes to rapping and stuff like that, we know it's gonna be elite. But his sound, his songs, like how many times do you go to a house or go to a party or go to the club or in a car and you hear it, like someone just throwing Eminem? It's hardly ever.
no,
like
ever. And like
yeah.
the only time you like hear him was like fucking hype videos for
Yeah.
like athletes.
or you hear like his hits.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
really like people don't just throw them
Crack
on.
a bottle.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's
That's
nice.
a good song. I like
But
that.
but yeah, I mean,
Any more questions for us?
Yeah, of course. What made you decide to want to start a podcast?
Dude, we've been talking. I was actually texting
Yeah,
him.
we were talking about it
2 days
a
ago.
long time ago.
And I was like, bro, we wanted to do a podcast because
Before it's like-
podcasts are like
it's like some-
podcasts
it's
are kinda
kinda
big right now.
mainstream.
Like,
Yeah.
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 We wanted to do a podcast before podcasts were even like
Popping like
talked
that?
about.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've always been around, but like we've always wanted to do a podcast before. Like,
When I was in college, probably my junior year, we kind of brought it up because me and Carlos have always loved sports and we were very knowledgeable and we watch people like on TV
Damn.
and they're not the, you know, like
Yeah.
sometimes like there are some people like work for like Fox, ESPN that aren't that good, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm just like, what are you talking about, you know?
No, exactly.
And we always kind of wanted to just do it mainly because of sports, but I think me and him are both kind of like, we know sports is, we love sports at the end of the day, but we know like what's going to get us popping, what's going to, you know, be the most watched is going to be like stuff like this with other creatives,
Yeah,
off
absolutely.
topics, whatever, more culture related stuff. Cause this is more interesting for the general viewer. Cause like there's dudes that don't even watch sports, which is like weird, but
Yeah.
there's like dudes that don't watch sports and stuff like that. But I mean,
It's super weird. Like, dude,
we-
what do you do on Saturday and Mondays? and
yeah,
Thursdays?
exactly.
Like,
We-
and Sundays. Sometimes
yeah,
Sundays.
exactly. But we mainly, I mean, at least for me, like I've kind of always been like one of those people that have watched creatives and stuff for a while. And I don't know how long Carlos has been doing it, but I think like with me and him being so close and kind of showing him all the stuff that's out there, like from the gaming stuff to like people like Cole Bennett to like Joe Budden, like pioneers like that. It's
Yeah.
just, I just want to personally for myself, just more of a like platform to talk on and give like you, like people we like know or could meet, like a platform to talk on and just
Yeah.
create our own thing so where one day we have our own time, like how you say you do freelance and stuff, like we want to do that and like
Yeah.
not have to report to anyone and just like
Oh,
we want to go
that's
travel
great.
somewhere, we can do that, not have to take off, stuff like that. So
Oh, yeah.
at least for me.
what really helped me was just the creators that we watch.
Yeah.
That's what kind of like drove us more to do it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it, but like to where it's at now, to what we wanted it to be. For me, it was because of solely one person, but because of the creators we watch.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because that's like the guy that we're talking about, Hex.
Yeah.
He owns the gaming organization.
Yeah.
That's probably my biggest inspiration. That's
great.
like the number one person I want to get on this podcast.
Yeah,
Like
I'm praying for you, honestly, to get that.
somebody more famous could hit me up. I want him as like, that's my goal.
You'd be like, hey, do you know my guy Hex? Like,
Yeah.
For real, like, you know what? Like, but yeah, because he just gives you so much game.
He's a pioneer.
Like,
no, yeah,
He
that's
did-
great. That's great.
literally,
Yeah, someone
like,
that
if-
you can look up to.
yeah, that's
And
that's my biggest.
nobody
inspiration.
does it like him. Like everyone in his org, from the pros they're not even obligated to make content. He makes them learn how to get comfortable and get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And like, that's just, I don't know. It's just very inspirational. I like, if he weren't to, since he said Hex, I'll probably go with someone else. I guess inspiration wise, probably like Cole Bennett, just because I've seen like what he, like, for him to kind of bring music videos back, because you know, like, no one really watched music videos.
like watched music videos like that.
Like, but now it's like, if you're like a rapper and like you're kind of popping, you have that single, like Jack Harlow was talking about it. He's like, I had What's Popping, and he's like, it was kind of big, but he's like, I knew if I got that Cole Bennett video, it would like change my life. And like,
Yeah,
now
exactly.
like he's getting known as like, oh, you got to get that Cole Bennett video. Like, you get that Cole Bennett video, like, you're going to be popping.
For sure.
So like, I don't know, that I kind of want at least the podcast in the future to maybe be like that. Like, oh, you got to get that interview with Opinionated to get, like, you know, so
I think
one of
that's
those
great.
things.
What's your favorite sport, football or basketball?
Baseball.
Okay. What's your favorite sport, football or basketball?
I grew up playing baseball. That's why it's baseball.
Football, 100%.
All right. What's your favorite football sports moment
And like for me, or for like I've seen.
for you?
For me,
Or like
that I've seen.
that you've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
thought you meant,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
seen
You're
in
good. You're
person
good.
kind of thing.
Shoot.
Like anything.
It will be when Oklahoma wins a damn natty, but until then,
You got like 50 years, buddy. I'm sorry.
until then, dang, dude, I've actually never been asked this before.
Could have a lot. I think of a lot
Dude,
Yeah,
for all sports.
I don't know. It probably, dude, this is very, very hard to answer.
There's not one for like me, because I said I have a lot for all three sports.
Yeah,
What
I
about baseball for you
even-
while he thinks?
Huh?
What about baseball for you while he thinks?
yeah, go for it.
2009, Texas and Arizona State were playing in the College World Series.
Wow.
This is the game. I was there. This is the game.
Oh, he said live in person.
Yep. This was the game to get into like the final
Yeah.
part of it, like the national championship series. And Texas was losing going into the bottom of the ninth. They were down 1, and first batter hits a home run.
Wow.
Stadium goes crazy.
Wow.
And then like 3 batters later, before the game, the coach was like, I could see, his name was Connor Rowe. So I could see Connor Rowe making a difference in this game. He's really come around, all this and that.
Yeah.
He gets to the plate, and the first pitch he sees, home run, walk off, and sends us to the natty.
We love that.
but
That's awesome.
title
I got
game-
chills literally listening
Bro,
to that. Bro.
every time I talk about it, I get chills. But the title game for Texas in 05, even though it was against the Spurs, Ray Allen's 3 against the Spurs, that was crazy.
That was amazing. LeBron's block on Iggy was awesome.
Yep.
Steph Curry's like 45-point game in like game 6 was amazing. He hit that like in and out crossover between the legs behind the back, step back over Dellavedova. That was like one of the prettiest shots I've ever seen in my life.
The Indians-Dodgers World Series was crazy.
That was amazing. That was really good.
Sh-
You come up with one yet?
LSU,
Cam, what's up?
I went to the LSU-Texas game, too. Even though they lost, crazy.
I mean,
That
I've
was a
seen
good
like
game.
I've seen some crazy stuff. I'm trying to think, like, bro, honestly, nothing is as crazy as this man Tom Brady coming back in that Super Bowl. That might be the like dead ass. Like, they're down 28-3. Like, that was the game.
That was
That's the game that cemented Tom Brady. I was talking to my brother about this earlier because like I never thought I'd be the person to say that I want a Tom Brady jersey, but
Yeah.
now I want one because
Nah,
this
low-key, I
man's
want a
literally
Bucks
the
jersey,
man's literally
dude.
the
The
goat.
colors are
But
so
I'd get a
good.
Bucks one. I'm not getting a Pats one.
No, why would I
But
do that? That's stupid.
Tom Brady
I'm
is
not gonna
literally
walk around wearing the American
No,
flag,
no.
dude. What?
Like,
He's literally the goat of football.
I guess I can't, like It's hard for me to say that.
I'll give you that. He has 7 out of 10 tries. That's 70%.
And he won with a team like after he left.
Yeah,
at
he
43.
Won, he literally went to the shittiest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then he won a Super Bowl with them. He's like LeBron. You just create the team around him.
And it's just seeing like that game where they beat the Falcons. That like cemented like him being the GOAT.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that I witnessed sports-wise all time, I went to the Conor McGregor fight in 2015 for my graduation present. He fought Chad Mendez and knocked him out in the second round. And the fight before that was probably the best UFC fight ever.
What was where was the location?
Vegas.
Wow, so he went to Vegas for the prime time headliners. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite like sports event thing.
That's awesome.
But the other ones were like still crazy, but that was probably my craziest.
That sounds like a really cool thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you got to go, especially for your graduation
Yeah,
present.
it was dope.
Who got you those tickets?
My parents.
Wow.
I was blessed to get those. They weren't cheap. They weren't cheap.
Parents, they love
I
you.
was like 13 rows. So the way it works is like the octagon, and then there's like 7 rows of chairs.
Yeah.
And then there's like a walking section.
Yeah.
And then there's the bleachers.
Yeah.
So I was like 13 rows up from like the walking section.
That's sick, dude.
That was close.
No, that's good seats for sure.
Close.
Especially for a fight.
After he won, I was telling her after he won, you just see beer fly up. I got drenched with beer. Like you just from all the Irish people, they were so happy.
Dang.
Like they just threw up there. Like it was crazy, bro.
Whenever I went to Ireland, it was everyone was
went?
drinking. Yeah, I
I
went
wanna
like
go
my
so
senior year
bad.
of high school. It was pretty awesome.
I want to go so bad.
Dude, it's so pretty there. The air is like so clean. Like you have no idea.
Damn. Well, you have any more questions, or is that it?
No, man. I'm super happy to be here. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to come onto the podcast.
This probably won't be the last time, but
Oh,
Yeah, we're definitely probably a year from now once things are done and you can go out there again.
Yeah.
Definitely want to have you back. And
No, yeah, I would love to.
yeah, I mean,
Keep you guys updated and
Yeah.
everything.
this is great. Glad I reached out to you too. You know, like I've heard a
dude.
lot of good things and
I appreciate
I've
that.
seen your work and stuff like that. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means the world. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'll be praying for the podcast. It blows
yeah,
up
you
and
killed
everything.
it too. Like
Oh,
you
thank
killed
you,
it
man.
for real.
Thank you. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
But
it's really not that
appreciate
bad.
it.
Like I said, once you like just start talking, it just
Yeah, no, it flows. I get you.
feel like a shooting. All those other people is way more nerve-wracking.
Absolutely,
Because
because it's like you can mess up and like, dang, I messed that up. You know,
Yeah.
and then that just he messed us up and just goes on to everybody. You know,
No, exactly. No, I get you. Well, yeah, I appreciate y'all again. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you
yeah,
for coming out.
absolutely.
This will do it for another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Again, thank you to our special guest, Rob Mata. Go make sure to check him out on Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
What else?
Twitter is the Robert Mata. I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
ZR Mata?
The Robert
Oh,
Mata.
the
Yeah.
Rob Mata.
Yeah, the Robert Mata.
Oh, the Robert
Yeah,
Mata.
it was my government name. But my Instagram is Rob J Mata. So
Rob J. Mata. We'll put the links down below and have his stuff popping up throughout the video. You know the gist.
yeah, appreciate y'all.
But we'll catch y'all next episode. Peace.
Peace.